In this second week of Lent, my book Pause invites you to focus on Psalm 27. I collect children's books. Some of my favorites are Where Does God Live? Or In God's Name, written by Rabbi Sandy Eisenberg Sasso, which invites us to consider the names of God that we use. One of the things I'm really intrigued about when I think about God and the questions that we have, not just as children, but as adults, is God's face, which is mentioned in this psalm. I've always been intrigued with the Old Testament readings where God's face is mentioned, like when Moses encountered with God at the burning bush, and he wants to know, what am I to call you? And God doesn't want to reveal God's face to Moses. Or in the story of Elijah meeting God on the side of Mount Horeb, and God passes by. But Elijah doesn't see God's face. I'm intrigued with God's face because it's such a mystery. This week, we look at Psalm 27, which is given the description, a triumphant song of confidence. In making his request to see God's face, this person is indeed asking for assurance that God's presence will be within him. Verses 7 through 9 are a place for your focus and reflection this week. Listen to these verses. Lord, listen to my voice when I cry out. Have mercy on me and answer me. Come, my heart says, seek God's face. Lord, I do seek your face. Please don't hide it from me. For this psalm writer, seeking God's face was an act of faith, a visible action that reveals belief, a relationship with God, and a commitment to following a good path, as expressed here in this psalm. The Israelites knew that when God's face was hidden, God's presence was removed from them. They also knew that when God's face was present with them, they were assured of receiving God's care and God's blessing. Psalm 27 is a good one for us to read during this Lenten season as we consider our human limitations and how we live faithfully. It's a good one for us to read exactly because of its movement between deep confidence in God's presence and the anxiety and fear of facing difficult situations, enemies, fear, and wondering whether God is present or not. I hope this reading and reflection on chapter 2 gives you a chance to listen to God's voice, to seek God's presence in your life, and to be near to God's face.